Whidbey-island's Penn-Cove has long been marked by a painful history, one that kept southern resident killer whales away for half a century.
Now, as Fox 13's Lauren reports, those tides are now turning.
That's because the waters of Penn-Cove are haunted. Not for all marine life. Plenty of transient killer whales pass the Coupeville Wharf, but our southern resident orcas are different. They've spent the last 5 decades steering clear of this place because of the atrocity that happened here.
Penn-Cove was such a big moment in whale history. In 1970 and 1971, there were these famous roundups where the southern residents were corralled via boats and dynamite into this cove.
Planes circled overhead. All that commotion drove them into this narrow bay. Its lore, even the quaint town of Coupeville can't shake.
They pinned them up and took them and sold them off.
Images from the Western Washington University archives show just how tightly they were penned in. Fenced off from their frantic families outside, it's a story without a Free Willy happy ending. Those that weren't sold off as sources of entertainment entangled in the nets and died. Those that did survive were shipped off, doomed to a lifetime in captivity. Odds are you've heard about one of these unfortunate whales, Tokate, who, despite recent efforts, withered away at the Miami Seaquarium, never to return to the Salish Sea and her L-pod family.
Because orcas are generational, they pass down information from generation to generation, and so the generation that endured the captures forever avoided that area and then taught their offspring to also avoid the area.
Tamara Kelly with Orca Conservancy says
the only southern resident that is alive today that was alive during the captures is L25 Ocean Sun. And since that time, southern residents had never returned into the cove.
So you can imagine local surprise to discover Ocean Sun and her L-pod family breaching above the breakers here in Penn-Cove.
We thought it was the transient pod that usually comes in, and we were very, very shocked to learn that it was the local pod.
It didn't seem like they were stressed or worried. It just seemed like they were being whales.
This long-awaited return is encouraging. And there are other indicators that our endangered southern residents are beginning to recover. During a ferry ride from Fauntleroy, Tamara told me not only are J, K, and L pods exploring areas they once avoided, they're foraging in our waters longer than usual.
We're on day 26 of them being consecutively in Puget Sound, and I don't think they would be here if they weren't finding food. Usually this time of year, we can expect to see southern residents come and go. They might come for a few days, forage, leave back to the ocean, and then return.
Tamara believes this right here may have something to do with it.
Chinook and chum runs for Puget Sound in the fall are looking really good.
Seattle's Carkeek Park is experiencing a record-setting run. Over 1,500 counted in a single day.
And it seems this year is significantly higher than last year.
We saw members of J and K pod on the move after enjoying a salmon buffet in the South Sound.
And it looks like they're doing a lot of foraging, so we're hoping there's a correlation between restoration and their increased presence.
It's not just our waters, it's their waters. I think the L-pod matriarch coming back in is definitely saying that we're doing a good job of being good stewards of Penn-Cove.
I like to think of it as a healing moment for the southern residents. If they can heal and move forward, and if we can give them a chance, they will thrive.
Reporting in Penn-Cove, Lauren Donovan, Fox 13 News.